You've been there before. You're sitting in that gray cubicle under the fluorescent lights. The air smells like cheap coffee and anxiety. Across the desk, the finance manager leans in, smiles that practiced smile, and asks the single deadliest question in personal finance. So, what monthly payment are you looking for? You think he's trying to help you budget. You think he's on your side. But here is the brutal truth. He isn't doing math to help you save money. He's running an algorithm designed to see exactly how much of your future wealth he can legally transfer to his dealership's bottom line. You say, I want to be around $500. He types for 10 seconds, prints a long piece of paper, and says, Great news, we got you to $499. You sign, you take the keys, you drive off the lot feeling like you won. But you didn't win. You just walked into a trap that could cost you your retirement. You didn't buy a car. You bought a payment. Let's look at the numbers, because honestly, they are terrifying. The average new car payment in America has now smashed through the $730 mark. Let me say that again. $730 every single month. That used to be a mortgage payment. Now, it's the price of admission for a mid-sized SUV with heated seats. But here is the real magic trick. To get that payment down to something that doesn't make you physically ill, dealerships have stretched loan terms to 84 months. That is 7 years. Think about that. 7 years of payments for a piece of metal and plastic that is rotting away in the sun every single day. By focusing only on the monthly payment, you ignore the total cost. You end up paying $62,000 for a car with a sticker price of $45,000. That extra $17,000, that's not buying you a better car. That is money you lit on fire just for the privilege of driving it home today. To understand how this destroys the middle class, we need a case study. Let's meet Jason. Jason is 26 years old. He's a good guy. He just got a promotion and is now making $65,000 a year. He feels successful. He worked hard. So he decides it's time to reward himself with the American dream, a brand new Ford F-150. The truck is $48,000. Jason trades in his old Civic, breaks even, and sits down with the finance manager. Let's call him Mike. Mike makes his magic and gets Jason approved for a 72-month loan at 8% interest. Jason does the quick mental math and, my payment is $842, I take home $4,000 a month, I have over $3,000 left. I can easily afford this. Jason, I am sorry, but you cannot afford this, because Jason fell for the payment illusion. The loan is just the entry fee. Jason is a young male driving a $50,000 truck. His insurance, that's $200 a month. That V8 engine getting 18 miles per gallon, that's $250 a month just to get to work. Maintenance? A set of tires for that beast is $1,000. Let's run the real math. $842 for the loan, $200 for insurance, $250 for gas. Total, $1,292 per month. Jason takes home $4,000. He is spending 32% of his net income just to transport his body to the office. Here is the statistic that should keep you up at night. Jason is working one entire week out of every month just to pay for the vehicle that takes him to work. He is essentially an indentured servant to his own truck. Now, you might be asking, why didn't Mike, the finance guy, warn him? Because Mike isn't a financial advisor. Mike is a salesman in polyester suit, and Mike made a lot of money on Jason. There is a dirty little secret in the industry called the dealer reserve. Here's how it works. When Jason applied for financing, the dealership sent his info to 5 different banks. Bank A actually approved Jason at 6% interest, but Mike didn't tell Jason that. Mike came back to the desk and said, "Good news, we got you approved at 8%. Wait, what happened to the other 2%? The bank lets the dealership keep that extra 2% as pure profit for arranging the loan. It's a legal kickback. Over the life of the loan, that invisible markup costs Jason an extra $3,000. Mike made $3 grand just by typing Jason's name into a computer, and Jason shook his hand and thanked him for it. 2 years later, the honeymoon phase is over. The new car smell is gone. Jason wants out. He goes to CarMax to sell the truck. They offer him $35,000. But Jason looks at his loan app. He still owes $42,000. He is $7,000 underwater. This is called negative equity. He literally cannot sell the truck unless he writes a check for $7,000 to cover the difference. He is trapped in a cage made of aluminum and debt. And this is where most people make the fatal mistake. They trade it in anyway, roll that $7,000 of debt into the next loan, and the cycle of poverty begins again. So how do you escape the matrix? You have two options. Option 1, the rule of wealth. If you absolutely must buy a car, you follow the 20-3-8 rule. First, 20% down, cash, up front. This covers the depreciation the second you drive off the lot. Second, finance for no more than 36 months. If the payment is too high on a 3-year loan, you can't afford the car. The math is protecting you. Listen to it. Third, your payment plus insurance cannot exceed 8% of your gross income. For Jason, this math means he should be driving a used Honda Civic, not a new truck. Is it cool? No. Does it keep him free? Yes. Option 2, the freedom machine. This is my favorite strategy. You buy a $5,000 beater with cash. Does it have a scratch on the bumper? Maybe. Is the AC a little slow? Sure. But do you know what else it has? No monthly payment. Take that $730 you were going to give the bank and pay it to yourself. Put it in an index fund or a high-yield savings account. You flip the script. Instead of paying interest to a bank, you are earning interest for yourself. You stop acting rich so you can actually become rich. Here's the bottom line. The system, the banks, the dealers, the marketing, is designed to make you believe that you are what you drive. They're wrong. A car is a tool. It gets you from point A to point B. It is not your identity. It is not your status. True status is having money in the bank. True status is sleeping at night knowing you don't owe anyone a dime. Don't let a piece of metal rob you of your freedom. Do the math, stay free. If this video saved you from making a massive mistake, hit that like button and subscribe for more truth about money. I'll see you in the next one.